Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy, where we take a humorous look at the lighter side of military service. We got a big show for you today, but before we jump into it, if you like what we're doing here, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, whatever they call it on your podcasting platform. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, as that makes us more relevant in the algorithm and boosts the overall visibility of the show. But word-of-mouth advertising is just so powerful, so if you tell some friends, I will love you forever. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf. Just as a friendly reminder to the audience, we put out a new show every single Monday. So make sure you give the notification bell a nice tap so you don't miss a show. What the fuck? Give it a nice tap. I always thought that the notification bell was like the show's balloon knot. So you guys just proved my point. It's the butthole, if you're not catching on.
No, I caught that reference.
Also, we are doing laughter therapy here on the show. We have a lot of military members who struggle with everyday life after service, so we're just here to share a laugh and remember the good times. Hey, before we jump into today's show, I just want to take a quick second to tell the audience about our fundraiser.
Yeah, so you'll notice the show is ad-free, and that's by design. To keep the flow of the show going, and that way we can also keep outside influences out.
Absolutely. So if you like the ad-free experience up until this point, consider making a contribution to our fundraiser.
What are you going to do with their money, Aaron?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that, Cheeks, because one of the main ways that we like to collect funny stories for the show is through a give-back program to veterans where we host event nights, and everything's on us, right? So you got food, beverage, venue, travel, all that stuff is on us.
So what about a website? I've been getting a lot of mail from fans that want some Cheeks gear.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of our other short-term goals is we want to find fun and unique ways to interact with the audience. So a website, a merch store, all those things take resources. So those are definitely goals of this fundraiser as well. And we'll drop a link to the fundraiser in the description of the show, so just check that out if you want to make a contribution, but we thank you for your support and listenership. All right, let's jump back into the show. Joining me today is the man who always claims anal. That's just something I can't get behind. Call sign Footloose.
He's always in front.
Power bottom. Also joining us today is the human equivalent of getting poop in your vagina. Call sign Cheeks. I have references on
Who wipes forward like that?
Savages.
Like a monkey? How do you just reach in the front? And
It's back to front.
yeah.
And that's why it's the human equivalent.
I feel like women who wipe that way probably look like if you were to zip tie a water balloon in the middle.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, I feel like that's what
I can see that. Or, I also get a vision of like they light their cigarette off like their kid's birthday candle on the cake. Like, oh, honey, hold on a second before you make this wish.
Mama's got to smoke.
I got to get in on this too. Because like if you take some of the like good nature with you, like when you take that flame.
Right. I think you're
Still
right.
a little bit of their wish.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a good luck lighting.
Good fortune comes into your lungs.
So yeah, if you wipe like an orangutan, then
that's what it's like to have you on the show. And what do you always say?
oh yeah,
Spread poop, not hate.
Yes.
oh make sure you wipe before you spread cheeks, not hate.
That's something I can get behind.
That's good. Oh. I knew there was a good reason we wanted you here.
Shit.
All right, so you guys ready for my first story?
Yeah.
All right, so as I'm sure you all can well imagine, there's many things that can happen on deployment. It's a great opportunity to get fucking jacked, right? Because you boil your life down to, its simplest measures. You're probably going to work for long hours. You're going to sleep. You're going to eat. You're going to have work. And then you have, most people have, gym facilities. Yeah. So they'll use this overseas time to get jacked, right? Well, there was one guy that was on an Air Force deployment, go figure,
Yeah.
who was like,
A fucking fobbit.
So it's really dangerous.
we're going to call this guy Jack, right? So Jack's talking all this shit. He's like, you know what? I'm going to get in some fucking shape. Now, this guy's a little bit on the bigger side. You know, he wasn't like obese or anything like that, but he's a little chunky for his size, that kind of thing. Like, you could tell he probably has some stuff. If he really put his mind to it, he could get something going on, right? So he's like, I'm going to use this deployment to my benefit, and I'm going to get fucking jacked, right? So he goes to the BX. For those of you in the audience who might not know, BX is basically like a 7-Eleven little convenience store kind of a thing that's on most bases. You know, even in deployed locations, they will make an effort to put like a little convenience store on there. And a lot of it's going to have, a lot of these things get stocked with like your snacky cakes, your lickies and chewies, stuff like that.
That's how you know you're on an Air Force base.
Yes.
Base exchange, if you will.
That's why they call it the base exchange. And,
The Army calls it the PX.
He picks up a bunch of supplements at the base exchange, right? And he gets protein powder.
Hell
he gets
yeah.
He gets protein powder.
Mass gainer.
His Beefcake 9000.
Yeah, he gets the BCAAs.
Weight gain 9,000.
He gets creatine, all that kind of stuff like that, right?
This is when we need buttons to make a fucking Cartman impression.
Fucking buttons.
Yeah.
Why can't you be here all the time?
I know.
So, yeah, he gets the Cartman stack, right? Like, he gets set up with all kinds of stuff, and he's back in his barracks room, right?
We need to make I'm sorry to interrupt you. We need to make that's what we need. We should make a Cammo Comedy line of weight gainer and supplements and call it the Cartman stack. Yeah. That's what we should do.
Probably not copyrighted at all.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they did.
Button stack.
Ooh, the button stack.
There you go. So,
Hell yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
no worries. So he's back in his barracks room, right? Now, you know, people don't really know him. He's a newer guy. So people are like, all right, man, you know, a lot of people get their shit together when they get deployed and they don't really have a lot of distractions or whatever. So he gets this stick blender in the mail, right? Now, he's got all of his supplements set up on one area and he got a mixing bowl. Right, so he's throwing his weight gainer powder in there, adds a little bit of milk, and then he's mixing up this fucking protein powder.
A mixing
there, right?
bowl?
Yes, he gets like
he's
it's not
a chef.
Like he's
It's not
making a potion.
It's a potion. It's not a huge bowl, but it's it's big enough, and he just kind of throws
Like a metal mixing bowl.
I think it was plastic, to be fair.
But why?
Well, because this guy's different. Right, I don't know. I don't have all that information as to why he got a mixing bowl, but I do know that he had a mixing bowl and a little stick blender. Right, this cat's roommate walks in on him, and he's mixing up his protein powder in this mixing bowl, and he's got this little stick blender he had sent from home. Right, and he's like, bzzz, like mixing everything up. Right, so they're like, all right, this guy's really getting his shit together, and his roommates asks him, like, hey man, you want to hit the gym? He's like, nah, man. Bzzz, and just like takes a nice drink, and he's like, just give me a couple days, like I'm really just trying to like build this stuff up in my system. I'll be ready to hit the gym, right?
Oh, no.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
Exactly how that works. So couple days go by, same thing. Roommate walks in on him. He's got the stick blender. He's got a little mixing bowl. He's mixing up his freaking weight gainer, protein powder, the chocolatey, whatever, smooth. And it's like, walks in on him. Bzzz. Like, hey man, we're getting ready to go to the gym. Are you coming with us? He's like, nah, man, I'm still like working on the before picture.
Just like bulking.
Gotta be my baseline.
Epic bulking. So, a long story short, this takes place for the entire 6-month deployment. This guy never fucking hit the gym, but he sat there in his room and just ate like weight gainer fucking protein powder the entire 6 months. So this guy was really committed to
bulking season.
Yeah.
His bulking session.
God damn, that reminds me when I was on my first deployment, we had a dude and he was 18 years old, like high school, basic training straight to Afghanistan, right? So he was a fit dude, played football and stuff. Well, by the time he had hit Afghanistan, he's like, man, I'm sick of working out all the fucking time. So he stopped.
Just let himself go.
Well, it became a game to see how fat we could get him.
Oh, no.
My God.
We'd be like, hey, bro, just stay here and play your video games. We'll bring you back a plate.
Oh, no.
Just made him fat as fuck the whole deployment.
That poor kid.
Oh, shit. He's still in. He's like an E7 or E8 now.
Most people come back in great shape. Like, I lost like 40 pounds my deployment. Just shredded. This guy gained 80.
Just getting shit.
Trash bag full of yogurt.
Yes.
I love it.
All right, so I got another great story here about our old friend Ron.
Oh, recurring character Ron. What's going on, man?
Limitless stories with this guy.
You're going to make me start thinking you're Ron. Let me see your dick. Why do you have so many stories of him? Pull your pants down.
Let's prove it.
It's all third-person stories. So.
Yeah, it's totally not me.
You won't be able
I
to
think
see
you're
it.
being harassed right now, and we are not embarrassed to be harassed.
It's like sticking your thumb out of a bush.
It's like an acorn in a bird's nest.
So anyway, so
You're a member of the Bush family, aren't you?
So Ron was tasked with running a flight while one of the main supervisors was gone. The main supervisor was very particular about keeping his job,
Right.
and holding a certain standard
Most people are.
to run his flight. So he knows Ron. It's not a surprise and a secret who Ron is and his antics, if you will. Many of these stories have already occurred prior to this time. So
Build up a bit of a reputation for yourself and just
the
like, hey.
supervisor's a little nervous. Has to have the talk with Ron like, hey man, I need you to run the flight.
Right.
Please just don't do anything that's going to get me fired. Right. Just leave it very generic. I don't need to specifically say anything about your dick. Just don't get me fired.
Right. Just be normal, man.
Yeah, just
like, could you just be normal?
Pretend you're me and just run the flight like an actual supervisor would. Just don't be you.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than coming back from leave or something like that, and you walk right into a buzzsaw because somebody did something stupid while you're away.
Right. So
and somehow it's still your fucking fault.
Right. And he knows this, so he's trying to have that coach like, maybe this will curb the shenanigans.
Right.
And tomfoolery. And surprise, it did. So, and he comes back and he's like, all right, I wonder what
First day
happened.
back.
Maybe it was smooth. First day back, he's like, I'm going to check in with everybody. Hopefully this one fine. I didn't get a call while I was gone.
That's
so
always a good sign.
it couldn't have gone that bad, right?
Good
and
sign.
so he walks in, and every person in his flight he passes is just laughing. Shit-eating grin on their face.
No, that's a bad sign.
And he just sighs. He's like, oh, my God, something fucking happened. So
Right.
he stops one of the higher-ranking guys in his flight and is like, why is everyone fucking laughing? Like, just tell me
what's going on?
what happened.
Yeah.
And she's like, you didn't hear what happened? No, which is just tell me what the fuck happened. Oh, well, you were gone. Ron was running the flight, and well, he did guard mount completely fucking naked. Like he came in.
So, will you? For those of the audience who might not know, guard mount is like the morning meeting. Like this is where everybody gets together and like you put out your daily announcements and things to know for the day, right?
Just your daily huddle before you go out in the field. Talk about special interest items.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone's ready and fit to fight. Yeah. And so
Maybe
I mean,
he was demonstrating.
He was fit to fight.
I am very
fit.
fit.
Apparently, he wasn't completely naked, to be fair. He had a beret on.
Okay.
And he had his rifle. So he was ready to engage enemy combatants. So
Uniform of the day.
to make this even better,
Birthday
though,
suit.
is one of them happened to be running late. So he's already kind of on the shit list because he's late. He's at fault here. And I guess this dude is always late. So he was like, oh, fuck. So he's rushing in, comes in and falls in to pretend like, oh, no one's going to notice me running into the formation late. To stand up straight, look straight ahead, and all of a sudden notice the dude running the flight is fucking naked.
Oh,
just,
my God.
Just completely dick in the wind naked.
Literally.
What's he going to say? He's late. He's like, why are you naked, Sergeant? Like,
I mean, I would ask. Even if you're
Why are you naked? Why are you late?
Good point.
touche.
I took off one article of clothing for every minute that you weren't here.
I was clothed when
know
guard
what?
mount started.
That's a good system. Maybe we know if Ron was was he a little sweet on this guy? Maybe
Depends on who your flight chief is if you want to play that game.
start a buzz.
So he ran guard mount completely naked. It was awesome. The returning flight chief is just like, really? Guard mount naked? And he's like, oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
No remorse.
You heard about that already?
Oh, wow. Crazy.
The funny part about that is, I'll point this out, is it sounds like these people were a little bit old school and everything stayed in-house.
Definitely did not spread around and no one got in trouble. That's the silver lining. And
You could say that.
that's why we can tell the story now.
So, keeping in with the theme of people who like to be noticed,
It's a mild way of putting it.
this is a story from the Canadian Army as
Fucking A.
yeah, as seen as a. Oh yeah, you know, don't you know?
George.
Sure.
Yeah, we are not just exclusive to U.S. military.
No, we've
just
had
so
we've
you
had
guys
British
know.
stories as well.
We're
Got
not
a
even
couple
sorry
British.
about it.
All right. All the Canadians are like, hey, you know, if we meet you, we're going to be a little upset about this, you know?
A boot this.
A boot. Oot and a boot. So this is a Canadian Army story from
Okay,
the
fucking A.
perspective of American soldiers.
Just kind of overseeing.
Yeah. So these soldiers are on their deployment overseas in Afghanistan or Iraq or something like that.
Okay.
And they witness this Canadian soldier who's walking by. They're on like the entry control point where the you let people on and off the base, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this particular Canadian soldier was in his uniform, but he had his sleeves like rolled up. You know what I mean? His boots were unbloused. Yeah. You know what I mean? Had like one or two many buttons undone. Hair was flowing in the wind. Not wearing his hat.
Not within standard regulations at all.
You can look at this guy and not know what the standards are, but go, that's not it.
Right.
Right?
He looked like he was out of a movie.
Right.
Or something
Yeah.
like that,
Like the badass people in a movie. You're like, oh, yeah, that's that guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, he's not supposed to look like this, right? So, Canadian Sergeant Major equivalent sees this.
Right.
And again, these soldiers are watching these like E2, E3 soldiers like, oh, this dude's going to get fucked up. This is going to be great. This is it. Canadian Sergeant Major. Hey, soldier. Oh, how's it going, Sergeant Major? You going to get your hair cut? Negative, Sergeant Major. What? And then he just keeps walking. But he walked onto like a different part of the compound that was for special forces.
Yeah, I was going to say, this guy's definitely a spec ops guy if he's able to be that much of an ass.
Yeah, he was basically like, nah.
We're different from you.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major picks his jaw up off the floor.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously these American soldiers are like, oh my God, he's our hero.
Yes.
He's amazing. He's so cool.
Yeah, we can't leave out, Sergeant Majors are infamous for diving over people in a combat zone, especially in the last 25 years, over uniform violations, over all else. Hey, where's your PT belt? Where, you know, like
shave that mustache.
Yeah. Shave your mustache and all of these kinds of things. So,
well, it's hilarious because like when we were down in Georgia for our basic training and stuff, when you would be in like Heat Cat 5, right? Or I think it's called Black Flag in the Air Force when it's just too fucking hot.
It's just the devil is like standing right next to you.
Well, when we would do our ruck marches and stuff, they're like, hey, it's Heat Cat 5, unblouse your boots, uncuff your sleeves. You have wizard sleeves and unbloused boots.
I love a good wizard sleeve.
It's a wizard sleeve, yes. But like you would do that so that it would be, I don't know, less fucking hot. Right? But you're not allowed to do that in Afghanistan.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's permanent hot.
You know what? It's actually not as hot in Afghanistan as it is in Georgia.
Are we going to do the fucking humidity thing?
No.
Because when I'm looking at a thermometer...
We're not gonna compare science. We're just going to say it's
heat,
not.
Yeah. Heat doesn't count when you've gone over an ocean.
Oh, that was satire. I was going to get mad because I was a gunner and people used to be like, oh, the dry heat. I'm like, fuck you. 140 is 140.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Come back and I've got a fucking chin strap, sunglasses, and forearm tan. Yeah, you're right. It's not hot.
Yeah.
It's just sunny.
Just sunburn. Yeah, it's just sunny out there.
You guys ready for my next story?
Yeah.
All right. So everybody knows that one guy in deployment, right? Guy that, you know, he's not necessarily a bad guy. People like him, but the kind that gets a little bit grumpy. They've been away from home. Maybe they're not really used to that kind of thing. So they start getting kind of shitty about halfway through.
Yeah, the guy doesn't masturbate enough.
Yeah. Oh.
Something, right?
That's where we're going.
Right. Well, this is a story about that guy, right? So this guy, he gets a wild hair across his ass about halfway through deployment, starts talking shit to his teammates. So his teammates are like, you know what? We've got to teach this guy a nice little lesson about respect and, you know, the importance of teammates and stuff like that.
Bring it back to reality a little bit here.
Exactly. So this guy, he has himself a bike to get around base.
Like a bicycle?
Like a bicycle.
No shit.
Right. He's 7.
The small wheels.
Just got the training wheels off. Just showing off.
It's not even geared.
Right. So
sweet BMX bike with pegs.
It's also important to, he's definitely getting pegged. It's also important to point out they're overseas, but they're not in a combat zone.
Okay.
Right. So he had a bike just to zip around base.
Obviously, bicycles are easier to come by.
Exactly. So when he started being shitty with his team, a couple team members went out and they decided to get their revenge by TPing his bike. Right.
Nice. Oh,
so
yes.
This guy comes outside and he comes up to his bike and sees that there's just TP wrapped all over it. And he's like, fucking hate you guys. Who did this? What the fuck?
And you know it's way overdone.
Oh, yeah.
It's not
These
like
guys got
one or
like
two
a roll
rolls.
or two. Yeah, it's every square inch of that.
These guys got nothing but time.
Each individual spoke.
Yeah. And this guy knows he's getting fucked with, right?
Yeah.
So he gets pissed. And his solution was he jumps on the bike and takes off. He doesn't rip any of the toilet paper off his bike or anything like that. He's
I'll
just
show
like,
these guys.
This stuff, I mean, toilet paper, especially over there, it's like half a ply, so it's very thin. So he figures everything's just going to bust off. He'll look ridiculous for a little bit, but he's going to find a dumpster or something like that and take care of it.
I'm picturing the bit from The Office when Jim wraps all of Dwight's stuff.
Yes, that's exactly what I was picturing.
Totally.
So old boy makes it about a block away. And all the toilet paper wraps up in the chain, and he fucking just stops dead in his tracks, and his ass goes over the handlebars, and he fucking just skids right on the pavement. And he's fucking pissed.
Just
right?
Superman dove off the front.
Of course. Everybody that was already pranking him dies laughing.
Yeah.
This is the best.
That is best case scenario.
Yes, this is best case scenario for your situation. Because not only did you get him, we TP'd your bike, don't forget about us being on your team, guy. Now he took off in a huff and got completely completely eat shit in front of everybody.
Stormed off just far enough to make a scene.
Yeah, so everybody's pissing themselves laughing.
That's like when you storm out of a room and forget something and have to come back.
Or you slam into the door because it wasn't open.
That's always a good feel when you have to go back in after you've
Forgot my car keys.
So, and he does a thing very similar to that, right? So he gets up, fuck his bike, he's like, I'm going to leave that there. He storms over to his guys. Fucking hate you guys. Storms off, this time walking, right? So he gets back to his hooch or something like that.
Forgot to tie his shoe strips.
No.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, it didn't go like that.
That would have been epic.
That would have been epic. But he goes back to his hooch. The next day, comes out. He's in a little bit better mood. He's looking for his bike. And then he's informed his bike is on the roof. We don't know how.
While he's down.
Somebody threw his bike as it was up on the roof of the building that they were close to at that time. So that thing just got tossed up there. Now he had to figure out how to get it down off of the roof. So that would take a little bit of teamwork.
Yeah.
And this taught this poor guy a lesson about like, hey man, can't take your team for granted. I know we're all away from home. We're all pissed.
Yeah.
But we got to work together. We can't just be dealing with people with wild hairs across their ass.
Just had to really nail in the coffin there.
Yeah.
Like really establish,
like, hey man,
this is shitty, but we can make it worse.
Oh, yeah.
So
you can't take us for granted.
Yeah. God damn it, that's awesome.
So they ended up making up, and everybody had a nice little laugh at his expense.
Right.
You know,
he calmed the fuck down a little bit.
Right.
walked away as friends.
Good.
And that's why we love that story.
That's awesome.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Cammo Comedy Show Podcast. We got a fundraiser going on right now, so if you like what we're doing here and want to keep us rolling, consider making a contribution. We'll put a link in the description. Also, we had some fun animations made up for this fundraiser, so we'll put links for those in the description as well if you want to just check those out. Also, don't forget to tell a friend about us if you love what we're doing here. Word of mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you for helping us out. If you've got any funny military stories of your own or know somebody who does, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. Also, we've got an email open. That's stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. We'll have a lot more fun announcements coming soon, so stay tuned. All right, I'm going to go microwave a croissant. Later.
Don't bully him, he'll come.
Don't bully me, I'll come.
There it is. That's
There it was. I forgot about
that. Trying to set it up.
Oh, that was the intent.
Yeah.
He's been fluffing you for hours.
For hours.
All right, you guys ready for my last story?
Yeah. Been
You
waiting
guys-
for it for 3 stories.
You guys ready for